And within a very short time, I also drifted into activism, because activism is not a practice. It's not like saying I'll start a business tomorrow. It's a need that arises and you step up. And before you know it, you're in the thick of things. So
that means at this time now you're getting to the point, it's the first time I'm here, but then, you know, you don't just get a child, you get into a relationship or...
Yeah, when I came back to Nairobi, I met this army major doctor.
And
we started a relationship.
Yes.
And we got married. Married in the sense of staying together. Come, we stay.
Yes.
Or in Kikuyu, elopement.
Oh, okay.
Because you have not gone home.
Oh.
You're staying together, then you go home to report.
Yes.
So you're
didn't
going...
put no spear.
No. No stages, but we go home, and at my workplace, I swear an affidavit to change my status. So I transitioned from Martha Karua to Martha Njoka through an affidavit.
Oh, okay.
It was a recognized form. Yeah. So, and that was it. 85, and 85 November, my daughter comes.
Your firstborn?
Yeah. The marriage has its own turbulence within the second year, but we
But what's motherhood like? What's it like balancing motherhood?
Was it's just still a very joyous experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because after I had my child, when I returned to work after the maternity leave, I don't return to Makadara, I return to the law courts. And I was living around the State House, which is quite near. So I was able to go to nurse my baby at lunchtime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and there wasn't much traffic. Nairobi had no traffic.
Yeah.
And I'm driving, so I was able
so you're not doing badly.
Yeah.
In terms of...
See, I've married a major doctor, so there are cars.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't buy a car until much later, a personal car after practice. But I was able now to go feed my daughter. Yeah.
So then, but now then, I hear you say that after that you get your son as well.
There's turbulence, I get my son, and before I get my son, my contract is ending in July 87. It's 87, 86, I think. I can't quite remember those years. It's 87. I'm now completely sure. I live in July 87. I start my practice.
Okay, so you're like, this paycheck is not cutting it for...
Yeah, I can't contribute effectively to family income.
Yes.
So I leave and I start a practice. And the money for my gratuity at the end of my contract partly helps me to set up the practice, which was quite near the court at the Standard Building. So I start my practice, and I'm starting my practice, my baby is 2 months away. And as I start my practice, I also move out and stay on my own.
Wow.
Okay? So a new practice, a new life, and a baby 2 months away. And my son comes on time, January 3rd, 88. Yeah?
That must have been difficult, Martha. You've got 2 children under 3.
It was
One is a newborn.
It was not difficult because I didn't see the difficulty. I was equal to the task. The only thing is, because I've started my new life, a solo practice, I had to go to court the 4th day after delivery.
Ah, Martha, you said it's not difficult.
I didn't see any difficulty even that. I just, I had to go back to my station, Kibera. I called the clerk and I told him to alert the magistrate, that who happened to be a former classmate, Mr. Solomon Wamwai.
Yes.
And I told him to just kindly tell him that is my file, and to indicate to him, which I don't have to come and say in open court, that I've left a 4-day-old baby in the house. I just want him to take the plea in that case so that I'm able to return home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not requesting for anything.
Yes.
I just want to appear for my client, because you can't earn if you're not appearing.
I get it.
So I went and I appeared. And Wamwai himself had also just become a new father.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When he saw me entering, I think he was so horrified. He quickly called my file. My client pleaded, I entered representation, I applied for bail. Within 5 minutes, I was out of the courtroom and back to my baby and rest.
So now you become an entrepreneur and a lawyer.
Yeah, so it was easy. I would manage my time.
Yes.
And when my baby was like 3 months, and you know, babies sleep longer,
Mm-hmm.
I could nurse the baby, leave the baby sleeping just before 9, because courts start at 9.
Mm-hmm.
And the baby would sleep for a long period, even sometimes for 2 hours. So if my house girl calls, this time I'm leaving exactly at the State House Crescent, which is just the hill above the...
Yes.
This highway is, you know...
Caledonia?
No. Valley Road.
Valley Road, okay.
So just the other side of the
Yes.
of where the court buildings are, and there's no traffic. So I would rush back to the house to nurse, back to my practice.
Where's your practice based at this time?
Standard building. Yeah.
Do you have
Wabera
employees?
Street, on Wabera Street.
At this time, do you start getting employees?
Yeah. My sister was my secretary at that time, but later she transitioned elsewhere. Yeah. You start a practice small, a court clerk, a secretary, come manager. So you build.
Say what you want, but Martha, you are. I'm getting a new definition of this Iron Lady. I've sat down with a lot of mothers on this seat. It's not, and I'm a father.
Yeah.
It's not easy juggling children, and you're juggling a lot. Entrepreneurship on its own is a full baby. You've got your month-old baby, or couple of months, less than a year-old baby, and you've got your daughter who's maybe in her turning two.
Yeah.
And you're a single mother.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mothers are always single, even in the context of the household, because the bulk of the work.
Yes, it's
okay.
true.
They'll have companionship, but the work of bringing up the children.
Yeah.
Very few fathers are active and engaged
in
fatherhood. It's these days that I'm seeing young men even changing diapers or carrying their babies. Yeah. It's something that is now in vogue.
Okay.
But women do that all the time.
What's your driving force? Are they your driving force at this time?
I think, let me say this. I gave you an example that we used to look after younger siblings.
Yes.
We are raised and wired to nurture, whether it's your own babies or it's you've been left to do some work. So it never appears too much, because you've grown up in a context where your mother is doing 20 things all at once.
I get that.
And all of them she manages. So you've been taught to multitask, not in a classroom.
In life.
But in the school of life. So I never thought it was too much.
Yes.
No.
But in the other aspect of this other baby, and this other baby being your practice, I can tell even by the kind of attitude and the person that you appeared to be at this time, or that you are, this baby must have been growing very fast, meaning you're getting clients.
I'm getting more clients. Yeah.
So multitasking on this side, I'm understanding the experience that you have. Somebody says with every new level comes a new devil. So basically a new challenge with every new stage. What is this practice now becoming?
No, I was able to you see, you allocate, you are the one taking on work, and you take work you can do. You schedule your work the way you will, and your court time. I was able to do exactly what I should do.
Were you thriving in this?
Yes, and within a very short time, I also started, drifted into activism, because activism is not a practice. It's not like saying I'll start a business tomorrow. It's a need that arises and you step up. And before you know it, you're in the thick of things. So KANU had this appetite, or the late President Moi.
You said KANU, I shivered.
Of affiliating every other organization in the name of killing dissent.
Oh.
They had affiliated the Workers' Body Co. It had become an affiliate of KANU. Very soon they affiliated Maendeleo. And Maendeleo got a prefix. KANU, Maendeleo ya wanawake.
Okay, yes.
Kotu is lucky it did not get KANU Kotu.
Yeah.
But Maendeleo got KANU, Maendeleo ya wanawake.
So this was for control.
Yeah, and the president announced in a you know how they talk in functions. Moi announced that he is next going to affiliate the Law Society.
No
Because
way.
the Law Society was talking too much.